Important today's special, the ultimate Friendly Flora. This has been a favorite for many, many years. I think especially since when COVID came, Andrew, and the world just became different with sterilizing everything, and our bodies weren't being able to generate the things that we need in terms of our immune system. And look at this, 25 billion CFUs in your probiotics here. So we've got this as our next today special, 30, 60, 120, or 240 cap count for the first time all year and the only time all year to do the larger size. Really important product.
To put in perspective, the number 25 billion, I think there's probably about 8 billion people on our planet right now. So in terms of organisms, colony-forming units in each capsule, not in a handful of capsules, but each capsule, it's more than 3 times the number of people on the planet. To also put another number in perspective, if you look at the number of cells in our body, roughly, I think, 100 trillion. If you look at the number of organisms living in our colon, just in our colon, and mind you, we have organisms living on our skin, we have organisms living in every orifice of our body. It's part of how our immune system, our barrier system functions. But we have more organisms living in a healthy colon. That's the latter part of our digestive system. There are more organisms there than you or we or I have cells in our body. And let's think about that for a moment. We are who we are, and we are essentially outnumbered by the organisms living in our colon. And mind you, that's if we're healthy. It requires, being healthy requires an abundance and a diverse population of these organisms. And most folks, it doesn't necessarily sink in. We think of, say, bacteria and other organisms as being pathogenic, as being disease-causing. That's an entirely different story. What we're talking about here are organisms that are almost part of who we are. And in terms of quantity, they outnumber the cells in our body. So it's a very powerful statement. And normal digestive system function, normal immune system function, and just most women could tell any man this, if you take an antibiotic and it upsets the balance in population, potentially wiping out the friendly flora in your microbiome, it has consequences. So when we take antibiotics, it affects our digestive system, it affects our immune system in ways that are not desirable. Just when we take certain things for our digestive system, it affects the environment that these organisms live in. And again, so we now know that we are outnumbered. But if we control what the diversity is, what the characteristics, the quality of that environment is, those organisms are, it's a very good thing. It's sort of as choosing our friends correctly. We know that for our kids, if they choose their friends correctly, it will be a better path through life. If we choose our friends in our microbiome better, we will have a better path through life. And to underscore that, another bit of science that I found incredibly fascinating. We now know we could do all sorts of genetic testing. And when we do genetic testing, it could give us insight into our health, insight into our disease risk. No surprise, that's the wonderful news that this area of genetics has delivered to us. We could learn about our health risks, we could learn about our health benefits. But if you look at the genetics of our microbiome, the genetics of the organisms, so if we look at the genetic composition of the organisms that are living in us, and remember, they outnumber us, so maybe this won't be surprising to you, but those organisms that outnumber us, if we look at their genetics and we choose them wisely, that gives more insight into our health benefits and our disease risk than our own genetics. So, and that shouldn't be bad news. That should be great news, because that informs us that if we make great decisions about the composition of our microbiome, it can overcome the issues with our genetics. So again, and the composition of our microbiome, the composition of our product, has been determined by Mother Nature and the science, looking at what Mother Nature delivers to those of us who have the healthiest microbiome. That's the menu for this product, essentially how we assembled it. We had to make sure that it would survive the acid in your stomach and then implant in your colon, because again, what good are these ingredients if they simply go in a capsule and then pass through your body? We want it to be like a beautiful field where you plant the seeds and then you have a wonderful crop that grows. That microbiome is the wonderful crop that we all hope grows and supports our good health, our healthy digestion, and our immune system function. Sorry, I digressed there. I got into the science a little bit, but hopefully it made all of this more easy to understand and comprehend.
Yeah, I mean, science doesn't lie, and that's where the entire basis of your business, your company, is. In fact, you know what? While we have a few moments, and obviously this is extremely popular today, we'll get back into a little bit more of the science. But I would love to show everybody, Andrew, your facilities. There's people who join us every single day. They're new shoppers. This is out in Henderson, Nevada. This is so impressive to me.
Well, that's, as you can see in the middle of that picture, those are the solar panels we're looking at right now that cover the parking lot. Then we have solar panels covering the building in the back, solar panels covering the building in the front. So again, our products are not just pure and additive free, but our products are pure in terms of all the energy we need is generated by the sun. We're in Henderson, Nevada. Our solar panels generate all the power we need and then some. So again, just having that facility, that manufacturing facility alone, differentiates us from virtually all the other vitamin companies out there, because very few vitamin companies make their own products. They just don't invest in their own products. They're basically just marketing companies. They're sales companies. We do all the difficult work that's involved in making absolutely unique products. Our Friendly Flora product here, it is the result of a couple of decades, probably 3 decades of work. It has evolved several times over the 20+ years that we've had it, because we've been able to improve the product as better sources, better ingredients become available. We want the product to be as stable as possible. We want the product, as I said, to implant and deliver the benefits you seek. If you read the reviews on this product, it's, again, I sound like a broken record when I say it, virtually a perfectly reviewed product.
Yep.
And it's often difficult, especially with products like this, to imagine that 95% of the people who get the product give it not just a positive review, but almost 90% give it a 5-star review.
Perfect.
So it's not surprising to me how well reviewed this product is, because if you look at the science at which organisms populate the healthiest digestive systems, that's what we chose. We spared no expense. We invested whatever that was required to find those best organisms and deliver them in this product in the most stable fashion possible, so they implant in your digestive system. Because again, we're outnumbered. We're outnumbered. We have more organisms in our colon than we have cells in our entire body.
Crazy.
That's exciting, because we get to make the choice of what those organisms are. And again, the way we live, the medications we have to take, the foods we eat, often undermine that microbiome, that population, its diversity. And this is an opportunity to reconstitute it in the most positive and beneficial and natural way possible.
And here we are today. This has actually been over a year since we've had this as a Today Special. So these prices, again, do it while the prices are this good. And they're always good because of the quality of what you receive. But today, you know, it's fun to listen, learn, get some knowledge from Andrew, because he's fascinating to listen to. I love these days with him. But it's really important to take action and give your body the extra help that it needs. It's fascinating to know about the microflora and the imbalances and the reasons that is caused. You know, but let's just be honest, Andrew, yogurt's not gonna cut it. Not to the level of what you give us with that 25 billion CFUs. That is a huge number. I've never seen it on any other supplement anywhere at any price. So that is in and of itself a point of differentiation for the quality of what you're receiving. I'd love to take a few moments to read reviews. Do you wanna read them from your place or our place, Andrew?
Sorry, I was, so that's here. I'll read that.
Okay, great.
Ultimate Friendly. So these are reviews of Ultimate Friendly Flora, and the reviews, they talk about immune system, they talk about digestive system. But if we get back to that review, can we get
Okay,
back to
let's
that?
do it from, okay, I think this one is
There
from
we go.
here. All right, get.
Oh, because
you
I
want-
have the same one up on
Oh,
my
you do?
chart here.
That's
That's funny.
hilarious.
Okay, so go ahead.
Okay, gut instinct said buy this. I love this one. Trust your gut. I have a wide variety of flora, pre or probiotics for years. I've used them. My stomach and gut never actually felt better. I respect and trust Andrew. I watch him each time he's on air. It's my job. I listened to my gut and bought this product. Ah, what a help it is. Indeed. Finally, no lingering discomfort after meals and feel like myself again. As I gloat, no more bloat. Yay me. I don't know which one you've got up next, but I might just go through some top lines and you can tell me to stop if you'd like to read more. A great quality product. The best ever. This one's a really good one. My 83-year-old mother
Why don't
started
we-
taking this.
Yeah, I got some here we could read as well.
Sure.
So we can go up and back. Technology is
it.
amazing.
Deal.
Oh, that's actually, that was some research here. Let me see. I think I had reviews underneath here.
Okay.
We'll just, here we go. So great quality probiotic. I've been taking Friendly Flora since Andrew first launched the product on HSN. That's over 20 years ago. Love this probiotic. I have my entire family taking Friendly Flora and other of Andrew's supplements. I know I can trust Andrew to make quality supplements. And again, the unique thing is we make them. Most products you see are not made by the person selling it.
Exactly.
It's just some contract manufacturer, which gives me peace of mind that I'm getting the very best for my money. A great investment in my health. Thanks, Andrew and HSN from Bobby in Oklahoma. The best ever. It's the one you had. My 83-year-old mother started taking this several years ago. She will not be without it. Now I take it. My husband, my brother, and cousin are taking it. It helps your GI tract like nothing else. You get an additional bonus if you take the Fibromucil. Fibromucil feeds your microbiome. You must take as stated on the label, and it works. Andrew will have to build a wing onto his factory just for my family. That would be my pleasure. Friendly Flora, a must daily. Thank you, Andrew. We all need this in our tummy to keep it just right. I've been taking these for years. They're easy to swallow, no aftertaste, and I feel great. With all my stomach problems, this just makes it feel great. Thank you, Andrew and HSN. Stellar. And just to be clear, having a microbiome is not an option. We will have a microbiome. It's either going to be diverse and healthy or not diverse and not healthy. The consequences of an unhealthy microbiome are not good. The benefits of a healthy microbiome are fantastic. So again, remember, it's not an option. As a human being, it is normal and healthy for us to be outnumbered by the healthy organisms living in our colon. And mind you, those organisms just don't outnumber the cells in your colon. Those organisms outnumber the cells in your entire body, 100 trillion cells. And I think if you look at the number a trillion, there are some funny analogies to the number a trillion. I think if you took a dollar bill and stacked them, a trillion of them would almost go to the moon. So a trillion is an enormous number, and to think that we have 100 trillion cells in our body and there's more than 100 trillion organisms in our colon, that determine how well our digestive system will function, that determine how well we are going to proceed through life. So there's no escaping their importance. You don't have to get a probiotic product. I've talked about why ours is different. We focus on the organisms that are associated with good health, but you'll need to focus on your diet, delivering the fiber that's part of a healthy microbiome. And if you're taking antibiotics, you also have to be conscious of their impact, their severe impact on our microbiome.
It's true, and there's multiple things that really kind of come into play with our microbiomes and the balance. I mean, digestive issues, you know, this formula is designed to enhance the balance of all of that. Digestion, immunity, urinary, genital, and so exciting to make this available. And microflora, as I was saying, is so easily upset through, obviously, the antibiotics, poor diet, stress, digestive issues, aging is kind of inevitable. And I know that a lot of us think, well, I'm doing the right thing by having my morning yogurt. Enjoy your yogurt, but it's not going to be doing what this product will do for you in your gut. There's a gut-brain connection. And these are the lowest prices of the year. As I mentioned, it's been over a year since we've had anything even close to these prices. So if you want the smaller cap count, it is still available at only $20. If you want to go big, this is the only day that we're doing the 240 cap, and it's under $90.
And I should also mention, we often hear about that gut-brain axis, that gut-brain connection. And what it's often misconceived as or misconstrued as is that if our belly doesn't feel good, we don't feel good. And it's more biochemically complex than that. Actually, the synthesis of most of the serotonin, and serotonin is that sort of feel-good hormone we hear talked about, the synthesis of that mostly takes place in our gut. So we don't realize that the organisms in our gut, or maybe it's time to realize that the organisms in our gut are as much a part of us as the cells in our body, and are a critical part of us feeling our very best and being our healthiest. So again, our microbiome is now appreciated. 20 years ago, when I first started talking about this product, there was so little appreciation of the unique role, the powerful role that our microbiome played in our health. Now, of course, it's appreciated. You see commercials for products on TV all the time. Just quickly before we run along, I'm often asked why I don't make the same claims of those other companies. Is my product somehow inferior? No, my product isn't inferior. I just feel ethically constrained to not position this product as a drug or medication. It's sufficient to just talk about these organisms and their role in our microbiome, and that's a powerful statement, and you won't find a better composition of organisms to create a healthy microbiome than you will with my Ultimate Friendly Flora.
I'm glad you mentioned that, and you're a humble man. I want to brag on you all day long because I'm passionate about what you do, and such a higher standard than what you're seeing in the retail stores. I'm